Hi you guys, I hope that you are all doing well. As you can tell, we're in a bit of a different location. If you guys have seen my closet redo video, then you know that we are in my bedroom, and that's because I'm going to show you guys something in just a second that has to do with this video. But I wanted to just sit down and talk with you guys first, just for like a minute or two, to say a huge thank you for all of the love and messages and DMs and comments that I got on last week's video. It honestly meant so much to me. I feel like I was really nervous putting that video up. I didn't know how it would be interpreted, how you guys would feel about everything. And I just feel like this huge weight has been lifted off of my shoulders, where I feel like I can get back into the swing of it and just make videos that make me really happy and not worry so much about following any trends, or like I said in that video, purchasing a whole bunch of new products. So I've been thinking about kind of like what direction I want to take my channel in, and I still have a lot to work out and all of that, but I know for sure that I don't want to just stop talking about clean beauty altogether. I think it's just going to be more of a mix of topics, which that right now makes me happy and makes me excited to think about. And I felt like today's video was a great transition into that, and also just like a good reality check for everyone about the amount of makeup that you need, what a real makeup collection can look like versus what the collections that you see online look like. I've shared my makeup collection a few times on my channel, and this past weekend I actually watched a video from the Anna Edit. I don't know if you guys follow her. She's a beauty blogger slash lifestyle blogger. I love her videos. I just always find them so relaxing, and I've subscribed to her content since I think the beginning of her channel. But she did a video that I thought would be a really interesting idea, which is what would my makeup collection look like if I wasn't a beauty blogger, or if I didn't get sent PR, all of that stuff. I just think back to what my collection looked like before I started YouTube, and it is totally different than how it is now in terms of size, but also contents, because I was really using mainly conventional beauty brands before YouTube. So I thought it would be really interesting to go through my collection and pick out the products that I think I would have purchased even if I didn't do YouTube. And I think it's like a good reminder that you don't need a lot of products in your collection, that there are just staple products that work for you. And I think the most sustainable way to consume beauty is just to finish a product before you buy something new. And I think every time I post a makeup collection video, you guys are always like, oh, your collection's smaller than I thought it would be. And the reason for that is because I really try hard to finish products before accepting new products. If a product doesn't work for me, I immediately give it to a family or friend member so it can be used. And I try and keep the collection as curated as possible. Now I'll show you really quickly my collection right now before I show you what my staples would actually be, and what my makeup collection would look like if I didn't have this big drawer set. Yeah, I just think it's so easy to watch these makeup collection videos and think oh gosh, I would love a makeup collection that big. And I remember watching videos like that too, and I feel like I now have this different perspective where I'm like, there's no way one person can use all of those products. And when you really start to see the waste behind larger collections and how many products expire before you can use them, it really saddens your heart and makes you feel like this is such a shame because these products are so beautiful. So I try and keep my collection pretty curated, just the products that I want to use. Otherwise, I send them to family and friends. So let me show you my vanity really quick, and then I'll show you the little bag that I've put together of the products that I would use if I wasn't a YouTuber. Okay, so this is where I keep all of my makeup. I think this was $30 or something from IKEA. It's like a little file cabinet. It used to fit right under my vanity. I currently don't really have a vanity that is in use where we are right now. So this just sort of is like a freestanding thing that goes next to my dresser, which is right next to me. But this has served me really well, and this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers that are all this size, and then within each drawer I have, let me see if I can open one where you guys can actually see it. Within each drawer I have little acrylic holders that has all of my makeup in it. So you guys can go watch. I think I had one in December. I did a vanity tour video. So go back to that video if you guys actually want to see my collection, if you enjoy those videos. So a little drum roll. I'm going to show you guys the tiny little bag of products that all of these drawers boil down to if I had to pick products. And if I think about what a realistic makeup collection should and would look like in my life, what I would actually use, how many products I would actually need. I'm going to do like my base collection, and then I'm going to show you guys a couple of like luxury products that if I had the money, I would like step up and buy. But I will tell you guys, before YouTube, I barely ever bought any beauty products, and I would only buy them like one at a time every couple of months because I was a student and I didn't have a lot of money. Even now, I try really hard not to spend a lot of money on beauty products because I am so fortunate to receive PR, and I am someone who definitely relies on that to do product reviews. So I'm really grateful that brands are willing to send them my way, because pretty much all my income goes to my living expenses right now. So very grateful for PR. You don't need all of this product. Let me show you this tiny little bag that all the products that I feel like I would need fit into. Okay, are you guys ready for this? This tiny little bag hosts all the products, including an eyeshadow palette, that would make the perfect makeup collection for me, that I would be really happy with, that I would probably continue to repurchase all these products over and over again. There are some like current favorites in here. Maybe I'd swap it out, maybe I'd try some new stuff, but this is all I need, and I have this. So I'm going to show you guys what's in this right now and share with you a little bit about why I love the products in here and why I would choose these. So like I said, everything fits relatively nicely in this tiny little bag. There's not a ton of ample space in here, but there's certainly enough to fit everything and fit everything comfortably to just kind of throw back in. So I tried to be really conscious of what I would actually use and what I actually think would make a good makeup collection. So it's really just like everyday essentials for me, and then a couple of products where if I was like going out to dinner or wanted to really like dress up and look nice, it's the products that I would reach for. And a lot of these remind me of some of the more conventional products that I used to use before I started YouTube. So I'm gonna dive in and show you guys what's in here product by product and talk you guys through why I decided to include them. And then for a couple of products, like I mentioned previously, I will be talking to you guys about like luxury dupes. So if I had the money, I would spend it on this product versus some of these are like more drugstore brands. So I'll show you guys what's in here now. The first product should probably be no surprise to you guys. It's one that I've been really loving this year, and it's new. It's the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. And I really like this because it's super lightweight, and for me, what I go to every day are really lightweight products that just perform really well, look very natural on the skin, look dewy, and don't look super heavy. So I would definitely reach for a product like this. I feel like this is something that I love right now and would have definitely put in my makeup collection. I'll show you guys the texture really quick so that you can see it. So it is a serum-y texture, so it's lightweight. My hands look a little bit dark right now in this light. And it just gives like a really nice kind of dewy, easy, natural complexion, which I love. And I went back and forth between picking like a true foundation versus something like this, but I think for me and for my lifestyle, I actually prefer to use products like this and then use concealer to do a more full coverage look. So speaking of concealer, the next product is the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I love this since the first time that I tried it. Again, a really lightweight product. For me, concealer can tend to look cakey if it's too heavy, but this is a really nice doe foot applicator. It just adds a little bit of luminosity to your skin, but it covers blemishes pretty well and build it up to get fuller coverage, or you can wear it really lightly just underneath your eyes. And I feel like more on an everyday basis, I'd probably wear just a normal SPF, a little bit of concealer, and then the next product, which is the Well People Bio Base Baked Foundation. I've had this for forever. You guys will notice how broken it is. In fact, I think it's probably time to get a new one, but I really love this. It's a great powder to just put over concealer or an SPF to add a little bit more coverage, but it's nothing that's going to be super heavy on the skin or make your makeup look cakey, which I really like. So for me, my everyday look would probably be more along the lines of a concealer, Well People powder, and then if I wanted extra coverage, then I would be using the Ilia Super Skin Serum Tint. Obviously, if I had an event, I probably wouldn't go for something with SPF if there's going to be photos, but I just like kind of double down on these two products and make sure that I felt like my complexion looked nice and clear and fresh. Okay, moving right along to eye products. Frankly, I would probably only use these two on an everyday basis, but in a full collection, I would like to have these two products as well, just to be able to use them for, like I said, special occasions. So first, mascara. This is always really important for me to find a good one. This is actually a new one. This is the Well People Volumizing Mascara. I haven't opened it yet because I'm still trying to finish up that Westman Atelier mascara. I think I have a couple more weeks on it. You should be changing your mascara every 3 months, but that one I think was 6 months. So I'm still working on that, but this is probably the one that I would repurchase, as well as the Lily Lolo Original Vegan Black Mascara. I really enjoy that one, and they're both around $20, so around the same price. And then I would always have a brow gel. This is the Eco Brow Clear Brow Gel, one that I really enjoy. It does a good job of holding things in place. It's easy to use. It doesn't have a particularly strong smell. And again, it's just like a good clear brow gel. So these two would be like my everyday products to have. And then I would have a couple of products. Oops, I forgot one actually. There we go. Now we have a complete set for special occasions. So Kjaer Weis brown eyeliner. I am more of a brown eyeliner person than black eyeliner person. I really like just using a little bit of liner to kind of define my eyes, do a bit of a cat eye. I think it kind of elevates any look, so I'd always have that. And then I'd have a brow pencil to fill in. Again, this probably wouldn't be an everyday product, and this is one that I actually have a luxury swap for. But a few notes about this Honest Beauty one. It's pretty affordable. There isn't a great shade selection, so it's really only if it works for you. It's a pencil format, obviously, and you can just continue to sharpen it. It is extremely soft though, and I have found that it doesn't last super well on my eyebrows. It doesn't necessarily smudge all over, but it doesn't really stay in place, or I can't really do a lot of defining work with it, which is kind of unfortunate. It does come with a spoolie though, so that's a little bit on that one. The luxury one that I would purchase instead if I had the funds is the one that I'm using currently, which is this Eco Brow Defining Crayon. I have this in the shade Liz, and you can see it's a pencil format. It's very reminiscent of Hourglass pencils. I do wish it was slightly thinner because I had really enjoyed that Hourglass pencil, but this is an alternative that I probably would purchase if I had the money over the Honest Beauty one. And then lastly, I have this Well People palette. I went through all of my eyeshadow palettes and I tried to think about what would I really use if I could only have one, because let's face it, when's the last time you hit pan on all of the shadows in a palette? So I used to love the Urban Decay Naked Original palette. I think my favorite color was Buck, and then there's like a bone color, I think, and that's really the only two colors that I used, and this has very similar tones to that. So I feel like this is probably the eyeshadow palette that I would actually use, actually gravitate towards, and use for special occasions and to kind of give myself a more dramatic eye. Okay, moving on to Complexion. These are the two products that I would put in my collection, and you'll notice there's not a bronzer here, and that's because I don't actually use a bronzer on that regular of a basis. And if I'm being honest with myself, I don't even think I had a bronzer in my previous makeup collection, so I thought I'd remain true to myself and just do these two products, which is what I would actually use and what I would actually want in my collection, which is a really great highlighter and then a blush. So for both of these products, I do have a luxury swap out that if I had the money, I would purchase over these two products, but I thought these are great products in a price point that I would probably feel comfortable with if I didn't do YouTube, if I didn't receive products with PR. And this is one of the Vapor multi-use sticks. This is in the color Spark, but I really love all of them. They're really long lasting. This is obviously a really beautiful color. I can swatch it right here on the back of my hand for you guys, but you can see it's pretty lightweight, and you can blend it out to be very, very sheer, or you can build it up to be a little bit stronger. If you have oily skin, you might need to set this actually with a powder. So the blush that if I had the money I would swap it out with is one that I think is a bit more long wearing, and that is the Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks blush in the color Petal. I love this blush. I'm actually wearing it today. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's very long wearing for a cream blush and just applies so beautifully. I actually have a whole video on Westman Atelier that you guys can go check out. I think their blushes are probably the biggest standout product for me that I just reach for all the time. Again, I'm not much of a foundation person on an everyday basis, so the blush is something though that I've been using constantly. And then as far as highlights go, this is kind of a resurgence of an old product that I had purchased myself that I liked, but I felt like there's a couple of flaws, and then I was recently sent this one and I feel like they worked out all the flaws and it's become my new favorite highlighter. And it is the Honest Beauty Magic Balm. If you like a wet glossy highlight, you will love this. It's very simple. It's just a balm formula, but when you actually apply it to your skin, it leaves this sort of like dewy, beautiful glow. It's kind of hard to show you guys in this lighting, but believe me when I say this is all the highlight you need. It actually lasts for a pretty long time, which is nice because it is just a balm. So you can carry this around in your purse. You can use it on cuticles. You can use it on dry areas, on your lips. It's just like a really great multi-purpose product and a wonderful highlight. Now, if I wanted something in a higher price range that maybe lasts a little bit longer on the skin or has more of a traditional highlight formula to it, I would use the Vapor Highlight in Moonlight. This has been my favorite highlighter for a long time. Again, gives you that natural, beautiful highlight effect. There is more of kind of a peachy champagne hue to this, so it's more of a color than a gloss, but it applies very similarly where it looks like you're just kind of glowing from within, and it's so beautiful. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, but just know this has been consistently one of my favorite highlighters that I've tried, and it's just really beautiful, really subtle, and very natural. Okay, moving on to lips. So I like lipstick, but I rarely reach for it. Like I remember before I started YouTube, I would rarely ever wear a lipstick. It was usually a tinted chapstick, but one way to elevate a tinted chapstick is to use a lip liner. And this also creates more of a versatile look, so I could use this as a lipstick. This is a recent find for me. This is from the brand Mented, and it's their pink lip liner. It's just an absolutely gorgeous product, and it lasts so long. I can't even tell you guys. The staying power of this product is pretty incredible. So I would use this lip liner if I wanted maybe more of like a rosy pink, more lipstick look, or I'd use it just to line my lip and then use something like a tinted chapstick, which for me would be this Kosas Sport Chapstick Impulse. Kind of gross because I use it all the time. I actually can't roll it up very much more because I'm pretty much out of it, but it's a gorgeous color. Again, I can show it to you guys right next to this lip liner. It's sort of a similar color, so you can see they will go really well together, but with a bit more of a red. I used to be a big user of the Benefit Benetint lip tint, so for me, this kind of reminds me of that, and I really love it. Just easy to have in your bag, easy to throw on. A more expensive alternative for this would be this product, which I've talked about before. This is one of Vapor's lip nectars, and this is in the shade Hint, and it's, again, really beautiful, lightweight. It has a bit more staying power than the Kosas Sport, so that's just something to keep in mind. And if I wanted to kind of round out my collection and have something that was more maybe for special occasions or have a really true traditional lipstick in my collection, I would add Ritual de Fille Enchanted Lip Sheer in the color White Thorn. Very similar to rose water if you're familiar with that, but for me it has a bit more of a brown undertone, so it is pinky but a little bit browner, and it works perfectly for my skin tone and just feels like a really great everyday color for me. So I would add that in. Very comfortable, but does give more pigment than both of these. And then for special occasions, I would put in my most recent favorite, the red lipstick that I've been loving for summer and I can see loving for the holidays, and that is the Clove and Hallow Lip Velvet in the shade Fiesta. Absolutely gorgeous. I've worn this so many times to show you guys, but it's just such a vibrant red color, really fun, and then obviously the staying power is incredible, super low maintenance, and just a great product. So if I had to pick one, if I wanted to kind of upgrade my collection, these. So there you go. This would be my complete collection. Everything I would need for multiple different types of looks, something fun to go out with, and just everyday products that are easy to use. I didn't mention this before, and I probably should, but I have the refill of the Kjaer Weis pencil, which makes it a little bit more affordable. And the only difference is the cap. And I think they even do it with a plastic cap now, not a paper one. So I've found that this is perfect, so that's another way to save money when it comes to this. But most importantly, minimal collection. You can do plenty with it. I'll show you guys really quick what it looks like if I add the additional products and switch out some of these for the luxury products. I'm gonna do a little bit of movie magic just to have some fun. Ready? 1, 2, 3. This would be my collection when I made out those luxury swaps. So new brow pencil, upgrading that Kosas lip gloss to this Lip Nectar from Vapor, upgrading my blush to this Westman Atelier blush, changing the highlight to this Vapor highlighter in Moonlight, and then adding 2 additional lip products. That's 1, a more traditional lipstick, and 2, something fun that I could wear for the holidays or for special occasions if I wanted a red lip, which I feel like is always just a great thing to have on hand. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing kind of the 2 options. Again, both fit beautifully into here, which is just incredible and just goes to show that you can have a really great, wonderful collection of products without all the surplus. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed that. It reminded me a lot of the like starter kit videos that I used to do with clean beauty or conscious beauty. I would put together videos about like what I recommend for beginners or where to start with your collection. So you can always go check those out and see the evolution of the products that I chose. I'd love to know what your makeup collection would look like or what your foundation products would be. For anyone who's watching this who maybe is just starting to think about switching over to clean beauty, I really think the like slow and steady approach is sometimes the best, where you just like trade in a product once you finish another product. Sometimes doing a big like overhaul can be a lot, and financially it is quite a lot of money. So that's how I built my collection. I would do like one at a time. I would transfer it over, and then eventually I started to share the products with you guys on YouTube. And here we are today. So I want to say again a huge thank you for last week's video. I'm still getting back to comments. I really like to take my time with comments and read them, so I spent a couple of hours last week responding, and I'm going to spend some more time this week responding to everyone. So thank you so much. It really, yeah, it was just like a really incredible experience and reminded me how lucky I am to have a community like you on here. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!